Hey Cha Cha Nation.
Hi Cha Cha Nation.
Hi Cha Cha Nation.
Yes, so Cha Cha Nation. This na Cha Cha Music Review Podcast. And based on logistics, we're going to amplify the African sound by bringing the best of African music into your ears.
Yeah. Cha Cha.
Music lover across the globe, my name is Hafeestonova, your musical plug, the creator of the Energy Force. And I'm back with one of those albums that I didn't want to review. But like I used to say, what a Cha Cha Geng wants, a Cha Cha Geng must get. Yes. Today on the Cha Cha album review series on the Cha Cha Music Review Podcast, I'll be talking about Olamide's 12th studio album titled Ikigai. And this album was recommended or was asked to be reviewed by a Cha Cha Geng known as Adeboye Daniel. Yes, that is the person that asked me to review this album. Because I'm not going to lie to you, I honestly didn't want to review this album. I remember when he messaged me, I was like, yo, have you done the review of this album? I'm like, is there any need to do the review? I mean, it's Olamide. What else do you want to say about Olamide that has not been said before, right? And then he goes, oh no, you have to review this one, you have to do this one for the culture. I'm like, who am I to deny a Cha Cha Geng what they want? I mean, without you guys, this podcast is not going to be available. And this podcast is made specifically for you, the Cha Cha Geng. So, why not? If not, he said it, and here I am giving you a review of Olamide's latest album titled Ikigai. The album was released on the 26th of June 2024. The album has 7 tracks. The album features Fireboy, DML, Asake, Young John, Pheelz, Kesh, and Sabri. Those were the people that featured on the album. Now, the album was also produced by Semzi, Eskeezondbeat, Pheelz, Mr. Producer, Rami, Beatz, and Otis. Those were the producers, that worked on the album. Now, when this album dropped, the first 2 things that caught my attention was, what is it again? Yes, the fact that the album had Pheelz, Young John, and Kesh on the same song with Olamide. That, immediately like, oh yes, I can't wait to hear this, right? But that was like the last song on the album, and I didn't want to first of all go and play that one first, so that, so I just decided let me take the album from, the first song onto, the last song. Now, the second thing that also caught my attention, that immediately caught my attention on the album, was the name of the album. The name of the album is titled Ikigai, like I said, and it's a Japanese word that means, a reason to live, right? The concept is that you encourage people to discover what is important to them and live a life with purpose and joy. And, if you listen to that song titled Baba Mo Wore Ninu Aye Mi, Aye Ti Mo Wa Baba Atowere. If you listen to that song titled Mo Wore, you would then understand how the name of the album, connects, to the album in general. If there's one thing I've always liked about Olamide is the fact that he doesn't just give a random names to his album, right? Every album he has had, every name of the album has had something to do with where he's in his career or where he's in his life or what he wants his fan to feel, listening to the album. And this is, one of those things. So, like I said, the album is dope. Shout out to Semzi, one of the producers. As a matter of fact, I think he produced most of the songs on the album, about 5 songs that he produced solely on the album. Then he also produced 1 song also. So like I said again, shout out to Semzi. For me, I feel like he's the biggest winner, on this album. I mean, this is a major and huge moment in his career to be able to produce Olamide at this stage in his career, and he did a brilliant, fantastic, job, on the album. From the song Metaverse to what's the name of this song, to Machiavelli, to Hello Habibi. Look, every single song, especially now, if there's one song that I really like most on the album, right? I mean, when I was listening to this album, it took me about a month to be able to figure out what song is going to be my favorite song on the album. At the end of the day, I was able to figure out what song is going to be my favorite song on the album. And 2 songs stood out for me. Number 1, Simple System. I mean, obviously, that's the song that had Kesh, Young John, and Pheelz and Olamide, and the song was also produced by, Pheelz. And look, please somebody tell Kesh to go back and meet Pheelz. Make Pheelz produce 1 album for him. I know say it's possible. I know it's not everything if you do. But somebody please tell him, because the energy, the vibe, the flows that Kesh brought onto this song was just, you don't think why I hear Kesh rap like this. It be like that Kesh, of that year we all fall in love with. So I just hope he can go back, to Pheelz. Let Pheelz just handle at least, if not, a major produced album from Pheelz by Kesh. We actually, need that album for the culture. At least do this one for the culture. We need it, right? One of my favorite songs on the album. Another favorite song on the album is the song Baba mo wo re ninu aye mi. Ayé tí mo wá àtọwọ́ rẹ ni bàbá. Ìgbà tí bá lọ má jẹ́ kó ṣẹ̀yìn rẹ. Yes, that is the song that I'm talking about. I love that song so much. There was a time I was into that song and I didn't even know when I started shedding the tears. That's just how deep that song touched me from my soul. You have to listen to that song to understand the concept and the meaning of that song. It's a spiritual song. Let me put it like that. That song is spiritual. Everything about that song is just. If you've been on the street, if you've hustled and you see the hustle, that song we say when they play like this, tears when they come up for your eye. Trust me, it's that beautiful. And the fact that the song even has that this popular kind of Christian tone, that Baba mo wo re ninu aye mi dara o wa dupe. That has been a popular thing from childhood, right? And having that into that song just made it beautiful. Look, like I said, there's nothing else I want to say about this album. I've spoken about Simple System. There is a Metaverse, the first song of the album. Beautiful song. There is a Uptown Disco which features Fireboy and Asake, and do not even get me started on that song at all. There's also Hello Habibi, Salam Alaikum Habibi. I mean, look, and there's also Machiavelli. There's also Knockout which features Sabri. Look, every song on this album is dope. Like I said, it took me almost a month to be able to. It took me a month, not even almost a month to figure out what song on the album is going to be my best song. Not my best song, but my favorite song, on the album, right? And since this album don't drop, I can't go a day without listening to the album. It's one of those albums that I listen to every single day because why? It is a dope album. If you haven't listened to this album, I'm sorry, man, you're doing yourself a great disservice. Right now, in fact, if you just pause this podcast right now, where you listen to, just pause and go listen to the album first, then come back, come finish to listen to this podcast. That's just how much and how good the album is. For Olamide to release this kind of album at this stage of his career just shows how exceptional and how amazing of a talented person Olamide is. Like I said, he's goated. He's an icon. There's nothing more you want to say about Olamide that has not been said before. And there's nothing you want to do now that we're ever going to doubt. And that is all I have to say about this album. Just go pick it up and listen to it. That's all. Thank you very much. Remember, when the pressure is getting worse, take a break and take care of your mental health. It is very, very important. Peace out.
Time for the Cha Cha Geng. Give me the Cha Cha Geng. Rocking with the best, Cha Cha Geng. Give me the Cha Cha Geng. Alaye with Cha Cha Geng. Give me the Cha Cha Geng. What's in my body, Cha Cha Geng. Give me the Cha Cha Geng. Cha Cha Geng. What's in my body?